Good morning. Hi, good morning. Can you all hear me? Hi, good morning. Akash, Abhishek, Amit, Arun, Atunu, Dipalok. Hi, Kausala. Great. Samir, Shrey, Shrikant. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Super. Chalo, let's get started. Just give me 1 minute, please. Okay. Okay. Chalo. So, how many of you remember today's session? क्या होने वाला है? हाँ? कल जो हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था, so we did a short poll after yesterday's session and we decided on the topic for today. So what is the topic for today? Hmm? अच्छा, चलो आज एक काम करते हैं. Let's start with a small short activity. Okay, I would request each one of you. Okay, we will do a small 2-3 minute activity. Okay, uh, take 20 seconds. 20 सेकंड के अंदर. Yes, Pramit, correct. Perfect. In the next 20 seconds, type in the chat box the first question you usually ask a new client. Write it in the chat box. In the next 20 seconds, write in the chat box the first question that you usually ask a new client. Chili. Rashmi says, are you doing any investments? What do you want from investments? Do you invest in mutual funds? Keep writing. Rajkamal says, how are you? Keep writing. Everyone, do you know about mutual funds? What are you saving? What is your savings ratio from your income? What is the biggest allocation in your portfolio? What inspires you to connect with me? Okay, that's a good one. Tell me about your investments. So when I read this chat carefully, almost every question that you are asking is about the product. Samir says, can we catch up to discuss some investment opportunities? I'm assuming it's someone I am reaching out to for the first time. Okay. What's your goal? Okay. So when I am reading this chat, I could not obviously read everyone's chat response, but when I'm reading it carefully, almost every question here is about the product or about money. Now, imagine you are meeting a 5 crore net worth client. Okay, you're meeting a 5 crore net worth client. Instead of asking about investment amount, try asking one of these. Okay. Like, what is the main purpose of purpose behind wealth building? How are you currently thinking about tax efficiency? Can we discuss a bit about your business or work? If something, that's what Pramit wrote. If something happens to us tomorrow, does your family know how everything is structured? The questions should not be about money. The questions have to be about wealth, family, and responsibility. Yaad rahega? Whenever we ask questions, the questions have to be about wealth, family, and definitely responsibility. Now, take next 20 seconds. Type in the chat one question you will now ask an HNI instead of asking how much do you want to invest. Now go ahead and write something in the chat box. It has to be about wealth, family, and responsibility. अब लिखना चालू करो. Wealth, family, and responsibility. अभी लिखो. Keep writing. नहीं, wealth, family, and response. Okay. Keep writing. Every idea has to be out in the chat box today. Keep writing. Don't worry, we have time today. Okay, super. Now, if you look at the responses that has come out now from Vaibhav, Madhuri, Dipalok, Kishore, Darshana, okay. देखो, HNIs don't reject advisors because of products. They reject advisors because the conversation starts too small. If your first question is about money, they see you as a salesman. But if your first question is about their life and wealth structure, they see you as an advisor. And that single shift can change the entire meeting. Okay. So let's go a little deeper into it. Let's go a little deeper. Okay. Now we are going to talk about a HNI conversation framework, definitely. Okay. Most mutual fund distributors who say that I want HNI clients, then you're trying to pitch investments. You make the same mistake. HNI clients, as I keep saying, don't wake up in the morning thinking that I need a mutual fund advisor. They think about tax, they think about legacy, they think about wealth protection, they think about children, they think about their business problems, and so on. So the meeting should never start with product. It should start with their world. Yaad rahega? A meeting should never start with a product. It should start with their world. Unke zindagi. Okay. So there is a 5C method where you set the context. Start with their life or business situation, not the money. Okay. Let me see if the presentation deck has come. Just give me a second. I'm going to open the presentation deck then. Yeah, it's there. Just give me a sec. दिख रहा है presentation deck? Is it visible? Kavita, Pushpanjali, is it visible? कभी-कभी ना, sometimes, okay, ठीक है ना? All right. Okay. So how do I get connected with a HNI, high net worth client, because of clarity with an over product pitching? Okay. So what is the big disconnect? The big disconnect is that As a mutual fund distributors, we want HNI clients and we try to pitch investments. But client ka dunia kuch alag hai. Okay. Clients do not wake up thinking that I need a mutual fund advisor. The meeting must never start with the product. So they are thinking about protecting their wealth. They're thinking about their child's future. They're thinking about business risk. They're thinking about taxations. They're thinking about legacy. They're thinking about other challenges that is happening in their world, okay, in their business. So the meeting should, rule number one, it should always start with their world. Unke दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है? Not about investments, not about products. So there are two distinct approaches to the first meeting. One is something which is done by a product pitcher. Okay. The other one is a wealth organizer. Okay. So mindset. Mindset of a product pitcher क्या है? ऐसा pitch करेंगे कि mutual fund advisor चाहिए. You will try to pitch investments immediately and you will try to sell the product instantly. Okay. Objective is not to do anything of that. We need to be looking at it differently. First is to build the context, create the context for the situation. It's 5 C's: context, curiosity, concerns, clarity, commitment. याद रहेगा? Context, curiosity, concern, clarity, commitment. Okay. So इससे ना हिडन जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है ना क्लाइंट के दिमाग के अंदर, वो धीरे धीरे बाहर आता है. This is the 5C method. So you establish the foundation, that is the context and the curiosity. Start with their life or business situation. Never start with their money. Okay. Never start with the money. Second, curiosity. Ask thoughtful questions that prove you deeply understand their complex wealth problems. Okay. Start questions about their life, business, family, and so on. And then ask questions that prove you deeply understand their complex wealth problems. This is the foundation. Then these things has to surface the hidden problems, okay? The concerns, unstructured portfolios, succession planning, tax inefficiency, unmitigated risk, investments, इस concerns को surface पे लेके आओ. जितने hidden changes है, which is underneath the surface, normally it never gets discussed in a normal conversation. Bring them out. Okay. Then bring clarity. Explain the identified problem simple. Use zero jargon. Your job is to mirror. जो भी problems बाहर आया है, उसको mirror करना है. You have to explain the problems which have been identified in a very simple, without any kind of technical jargons. Okay. Then give them a commitment step. Offer them a simple, logical next step. Do not offer them any product at this stage. Just offer them the next step. Okay. Diagnose. So what is the process to be followed? Okay. Diagnose, position, cultivate, offer, and then convert. Okay. Step one is the diagnosis. So diagnose before advising. So what kind of questions? Who currently manages your investments? What percentage is in real estate? What is the biggest financial goal ahead? Are taxes optimized? Does your family know the full picture? So diagnose. जितने सारे सवाल कर सकते हैं. These are just suggestions. You have to think about the questions that you have to ask. Okay. Positioning yourself. I help families organize wealth, not just invest money. Positioning yourself. Create curiosity. Would you like me to map your portfolio and show where inefficiencies might exist? Build that curiosity in their mind. Help them to think through with clarity. Okay. Then give them that clear offer. Let's do a simple portfolio clarity session. No cost, just clarity. Never pitch the product. Show them the structure. Then map the portfolio, show the asset allocation, risk concentrations, do those stuff. Diagnosis and then the prescription. Convert the client only after the diagnosis is clear. Never, do not recommend investments here. Because HNIs don't buy products. They buy clarity and confidence. If you can give them that first, investments will follow. With context, you diagnose. With curiosity, you position yourself. When you're uncovering the concerns, you're cultivating the client. With clarity, you give them the offer. And when you get them to commit, you're converting them. Context, curiosity, concern, clarity, and commitment. With that, you move from stage 1 of diagnose to conversion. All the best, everyone. Have a great day ahead.